Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it is on the Zara Jo Malone collaboration. This is a collaboration that sold out when I finally was aware of it and I finally got my hands on it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So if you're anything like me, I find one thing and then I become obsessed with it. And since we've been in quarantine, I've been obsessed with new fragrances. Just smelling them is something that I've always enjoyed doing when I was in stores. So when I found out about this Jo Malone collaboration, I was super attracted to this Amalfi Sunray scent just because the notes sounded like something that I really loved wearing before in a different fragrance. And because of the name Amalfi Sunray, it sounds so much like me, so like beachy but elevated, and I know that I like Jo Malone scents, so I figured this Zara collaboration would be something that was really close to something that I would enjoy, and I was just super curious to try it. So what I bought were the sample pack, which has all 8 scents in the Zara Emotions collection, which is a limited edition collection with Jo Malone. So I have all of those scents that are in the sample kit. I got the Amalfi Sunray, the 90 milliliter and the 15 milliliter deluxe set. I also got the Fleur D'Oranger that I think also sounds like something that I really like. I love like an orange blossom, a neroli, a mandarin scent. So those two I think would smell great on their own. I think that they would also smell really good mixed in with like my everyday scents, and since we're inside for the most part, but I do go out every once in a while for a special occasion and I like to smell great, so I did want to get the sample kit as well. And I also got this is the body lotion, the Amalfi Sunray body lotion, and I got the hand and body wash. I think these are 2 great items to have just because even if you get, you know, the most potent scent which will linger on you, I like to layer and sometimes layer even different scents. So I may layer like a certain body wash with a different fragrance, but if I want to go full Monty, I don't know if that's the right term. If I want to just go full on with one fragrance, I do like to layer the shower gel, the body lotion, and then the fragrance so that it just kind of stays on me and lingers on my clothes, it lingers on my skin. And you know, I've heard a lot of great things about this. So I first want to tell you all of the impressions that I have of the sample kit scents because I did want to try them all just in case there were some others that I thought were great in the collection. I've heard a lot of great things about the Waterlily Tea Dress from another YouTuber who I will link her video down below because I think she's so great, and I believe she used to work at a fragrance company. So yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about this collection. You know, I've been doing my research on Twitter because I think that's where most people talk about fragrance, especially in Seoul or Tokyo where it's been rolled out for a little while. I wanted to kind of get the jump on that, but now that it's here, I'm so excited. And this video is just me in my natural state, no makeup. I have my Juicy Couture tracksuit on, and this also gives me a throwback nostalgia vibe to the time where I really started wearing fragrance. I mean, I've been wearing perfume since I was a kid, but I think this specifically gives me a certain vibe. I think when I was wearing Juicy Couture and like my little Tiffany's bracelet, I was definitely into like Dolce & Gabbana light blue. I was definitely wearing like Vera Wang Princess that came in that like heart-shaped crystal bottle with the little crown stopper on top. So, you know, definitely tell me in the comments below what you were wearing in this era of Juicy Couture and like the little bamboo earrings and like the Tiffany's bracelet and all of those things, like when you were a teenager and this was like the era of, you know, loungewear, plush, Von Dutch, you know, trucker hats and Ed Hardy stuff. What were you guys wearing around that time? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, let's get into these scents. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the packaging. This is what it comes in, and I actually didn't even open it because all the scents in the Discovery set had started falling out in the bag, I mean in the box, excuse me. So this is what they look like. It comes in a set of 8 and they're all 4mm. I don't have them all in my hand, but this is what they look like, if you can see. These are all 4 milliliters. So the way that they look is pretty cute. I like the little stopper. I personally would prefer like a sprayer instead of just a little stopper that you pull up, but you know, I understand it's a discovery set. It was $25.90 here in the US, and you know, you don't want to invest too much because it's just kind of like you're trying them and you want to see and you don't know what you're going to do with them. So I understand why it's a stopper instead of a spray, but I do like a little nozzle to spray things out. So I did try all of these off camera, but I will go through them and tell you what they smell like and the notes and just give you a full review. Okay, so naturally I tried all of these in the order that they appear on the website because, or on the app rather, because I'm a Capricorn and that's what we do. We're very organized, we're very methodical, and we try not to play favorites, even though I clearly have 2 favorites. But let's get into it. So the first one is the Vetiver Pamplemousse, and I'll just read you the little description that they have for Jo Malone. It is a fresh, crisp, and citrusy scent. It is the scent of a white beach. The scent notes are grapefruit, mandarin, and vetiver. I will say, as soon as you open this, it smells exactly like that. It smells absolutely citrusy, very clean. I wouldn't say not clean in a green way, but clean in like you just cleaned your apartment or your house, you're airing it out, and it's very like citrusy, like you cleaned with something that was like lemony, grapefruity, like white beach. It's definitely like that whole scent. And I would say that the vetiver is definitely present, but it is not as prominent as the name would suggest. When you are opening and closing these, just keep in mind, like if you have it upside down, it's gonna like spill out onto your hands, so just be careful with that. But I do like this scent. I think it's a little bit too citrusy for someone who likes kind of like middle of the road, very clean scents. I think you have to be a really big fan of grapefruit because that's very dominant. Even as it dries down, it's very dominant in the scent. Next, we have the Waterlily Tea Dress, and it says a mellow jazz melody floats in the background, a picnic on the lawn, the soft breeze caresses a vintage dress. The scent reveals vert de bergamot, mint, and musk. So I would have to agree, this wasn't going to be my favorite scent, but even on the skin, it is very, very nice. Like, I will say, if you are one of those people who loves the look of like a pretty white shirt dress or a pretty white button-up with simple dainty jewelry and like maybe a ripped denim short, or just a really easy like mom jean with a very simple, classic yet expensive boot, that's what this smells like. It's very clean. Like I said, on the contrary to the last scent, this is very green. It's very garden fresh. It's very like simple, but when you smell it, you're not just like, oh, that's just one, you know, one note or one particular smell. It is a little bit more complex, but it does smell like fresh white flowers, and I like that. I really like that. So I think I was definitely wrong about this one. I didn't think it didn't sound like anything when I read the description, but it's definitely something that I would wear, that I would buy in a larger size, and that I would probably wear. It's definitely an everyday scent. So if you're looking for an everyday scent that's not too offensive, but it's gonna make people say, hey, what do you have on? Go with this. And I think it will also mix and layer and blend well with other things. Okay, so next we have Ebony Wood. This is one that I had absolutely no interest in. I think even less interest than the Waterlily Tea Dress, just because of the way that they described it. I was just thinking that it sounded woody, and I love woozy scents, but it didn't, like, something about the ebony didn't appeal to me. So it says the scent reveals notes of pink pepper, clove, and ebony wood. The moment of freedom, of carefree adventures about to begin. So even the description was very broad, very like nonchalant, and it just didn't grab me. But I will say I do like this scent. It smells like sexy library date. If that makes any sense. Like, it does have a woodsy scent, but I think the clove kind of anchors it down to where it's definitely a deeper scent. I think you could wear this at night. I did put all of these on my skin, but I just don't want to, like, I took a shower again, so I don't want to smell like every single scent in this, but I did put them on the skin and they all dried down to be really beautiful scents. Nothing too like cheap. There is one particular one that I didn't like how it dried down, but we'll get to that in a second. This Ebony Wood is definitely a bit of a spicier, sexier scent. It could almost be masculine, but it is still very pretty, soft, sexy, sensual, girly. So this is something that I would consider purchasing this, but I think that it wouldn't be my everyday scent. Like, I wouldn't get this in a 90 milliliter or anything like that. I would probably, the most I would get is like a 40 and wear it through the winter. I think it's a good colder weather scent. So yeah, definitely consider that if you like a deeper, spicier scent, because it's definitely that. And there is another woodsy one that I'm gonna get to, and I absolutely love that one. So keep on watching. If you made it to this part of the video, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. If you've been listening to me this long, you probably really like me. I don't even have makeup on, so I know that you're enjoying this video. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, like it, comment down below what you like about this video, what scents you're interested in, how I've helped you, if I have helped you, and also don't forget, what scent were you wearing when Juicy Couture was like the hottest thing? I do want to know, because I wonder if we all were wearing like the same fragrances when we were like in middle and high school. So next is Amalfi Sunray. This is the fragrance that I was absolutely obsessed with. You can go back to my Twitter and see a tweet where I was just like, I shouldn't have slept on this collaboration. I'm so sad, you know, because the name Amalfi Sunray is so evocative, and I think that it's also so me. Like, I know what kind of fragrances I like now. I'm definitely at that point where I know the notes and the scents and, you know, the different formulations that I like, and I know that Amalfi Sunray, even the name and the notes that they described, sound like something that I would just wear every single day. Okay, so this is my baby right here. It just smells like exactly like a sexy beach, linen, luxury, champagne. It's everything. Honestly, this is like, it's everything. And a lot of people have been saying that this is a dupe for the Tom Ford, I believe it's the Neroli. And yeah, because there are very few scents that I remember right off the bat what they smell like, and this is like exactly it. And I remember even trying the Tom Ford, I forget which one exactly it is, because there are a few that kind of smell like this beachy, you know, coconut, suntan, Amalfi Coast, but I do remember smelling it and thinking like, this smells almost too beachy, like too simple. But for this price point, I think it makes more sense, because you will spray it and you will feel like, okay, it's very casual and it's very light. I think for a Tom Ford price point, I didn't love it because it wasn't special enough. But I think for however much I spent on this, I think it's perfect, because it is a very like light, easy breezy, everyday scent that, you know, you're gonna wear in the summer, and it's gonna like burn off or kind of like become your signature. So I think that this is the perfect signature scent for me. I have a signature scent, but I think that these could even play well together with that one. So Amalfi Sunray is by far my favorite, but there's another contender, so let's keep going. Next one is the Tuberose Noir, and I wasn't in love with this one because it's very sweet. It's very sweet, and then it does have, I think, like a violet in it. Let me look at the notes and I'll read you the fragrance story, because I think that this one is, it's still very nice for the person who it's for. So the singular note of tuberose conquers any diamond. That's really all it says. It says the notes are liang liang, tuberose, and sandalwood. I do smell all of those in this fragrance, but I just think that it's very, you have to be a fan of tuberose. You have to be a fan of tuberose to enjoy this. Otherwise, it's just not gonna be, it's just very like, it smells like the color purple. If that makes any sense. It smells like the color purple. Not burgundy, not lavender, just plain purple, like violet. That's what it smells like. So if you are, so yes, I think for Tuberose Noir, if you're just like a total sweetie pie and you want to smell like pretty and flirty, it's definitely reminiscent of like a ruffly dress. Definitely go for this. The next one is the Fleur D'Oranger, and I will say that this gives me everything that the Amalfi Sunray does, but it just is turned up to a different notch. So the scent reveals notes of orange blossom, neroli, and liang liang. A special occasion should always be celebrated with orange blossom. That's all it says for the fragrance story, but it really is something that, out of the bottle, I'm sure with a sprayer, it would smell more, where have I not used on my arm? I think with a sprayer, you would get more out of like the first impression of it, but on the body, on the skin, it's very, I heard someone say plasticky, but it just smells, it smells so much like neroli, and I think that's so great because that is like, it's a more sophisticated citrus to me, and I think that like as it dries down, it just smells like fun and flirty and playful, but still very clean. I think neroli is a note that's very clean, and it's very like happy, and it's very seductive. I think it can be seductive in a way. So this can definitely be an everyday scent, but it is something that I think is, there's something sexy about these like beachy scents. So Fleur de Patchouli, I absolutely love. Like, if you are thinking about getting the Ebony Wood, I would reconsider and actually go for the Fleur de Patchouli, just because first, when you first put it up to your nose, you're like, ooh, like, because the patchouli does hit you. It is very much so a patchouli scent, but I'll tell you the notes, because the wood in this is so present, and it's so nice because it's like a different wood. I think the Ebony Wood is like a deep, like if you would compare like mahogany to like a lighter, like not even teak wood, I wouldn't say. Let me get the notes for you because I really want you to know what this smells like, because it's so good. It's so good. And I'm not a big patchouli fan because I think it's like very hippie, and I think it's very loud. It can be very loud at times, but it says the soul of this scent captivates you and dares you to be seduced by its originality. The scent reveals notes of peony, patchouli, and guaiac wood, Guaic wood. Whatever that wood is, it's super present, and it's almost like herbal. It's almost herbally in a way. It's so nice. Like, I could see this in the same vein of like a winter scent, a nighttime scent, where it's just, it is very seductive. It is very sexy. It is very, you know, walk by. I think I don't know how much sillage it would have. Sillage is like how much you would smell it, you know, from afar or just by walking by. But I think that I think it does have that staying power and that projection. And then I will get to the last one because I feel like I'm going on and on about these scents, but I want you guys to know what they actually smell like. The Bohemian Bluebells it's exactly what you would expect. Like, if you think of someone who is bohemian, that is what this scent is like. I will read the fragrance story to you because if I do recall, it was pretty on the nose. It was pretty accurate. This scent breathes a bohemian spirit, full of daring and unexpected notes, and its compelled nature hypnotizes. It is nothing like you have ever known. The scents are lavender, sandalwood, and musk. So yeah, I think the naming of this scent is absolutely accurate. It gives you the vibe of someone who wears a lot of bangles, someone who wears a really like loose fabrics and ruffles, or just like loose comfy fabrics and lots. So yes, if you're considering Bohemian Bluebells, I think it's the perfect thing for someone who likes a more robust girly scent. Okay, so now let's get into the bigger sizes that I bought. Now that we know what we kind of like, I knew that I was gonna like the citrus scents. Now I'm wondering, okay, so packaging wise, I will say that, you know, this is a step up from just anything you're just gonna find out in Zara. But, you know, they gotta get it together. Like, who wants this? If this was a gift, I wouldn't want this to be ripped. But I do think that they are going for like the more niche, more you know, higher end presentation, which I do appreciate. And I do appreciate the sets that they made, because it does make sense to have a larger 90 milliliter, and this also, I believe this is 15, so altogether you get 105, which is a normal, like 100 milliliter is like a normal 3.4 ounce. So I do like that. The Fleur D'Oranger, it just smells so good. Like, I definitely think I'm gonna use this. And I also got the body wash and the lotion. So let's open these up because I do want to see them, but I don't want this video to be too long. So I hope that it was informative for you to understand what each of these fragrances does smell like. I think that, you know, they're a beautiful fragrance. If you're concerned, if you have a concern about, you know, it's Zara, you know, like, do you want something from Zara? I would say yeah, because it's done with such care that I would trust it. So if you guys have questions, do indeed write me in the comments down below, because I'm going to share as much as I can. I will say that I put all of these on my skin and then I took a shower, and, you know, like, I think that they have like good staying power. You know, like if you layer them, I think that they'll be really good. So this is how the lotion looks, and I think that's really nice. And, you know, you can use these as your, you know, your hand soap and your hand lotion in there. And I think this was like $12.90, and the body wash slash hand wash was $9.90. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you are just enjoying life and that you enjoyed everything that I had to say. Again, if you have questions, feel free to write me down below. Make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, that you like this video, that you are commenting, because I do want to see you again and I want to show you more videos. And yeah, let me know what you would like to see next in the comments. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye.